so Halloween may not actually be the time to stick to a strict diet. Candy has a little to no nutritional value according to the so-called experts.
But it tastes so good.
Yes.
And Dr. Deena here now to share her tips. We have a bunch of candy here, right? So we're going to play first, I guess, a guessing game. But are there any ways to stop yourself from overeating candy?
Yeah, so I think there's a few different tips that I recommend for most people to follow on Halloween.
Yeah.
The first thing is, Halloween is on a weekday, right? So kids are at school. So I'm going to recommend making sure your kid eats before they go out trick-or-treating, because if you go out and you're hungry, you're just going to eat a ton of candy. That's not necessary. A lot of people also pack up all the Halloween sweets weeks before Halloween. Probably not a good idea. It's a good idea probably to get your sweets maybe 2 days in advance. That way you don't have something to munch on in your sight throughout the week to get in some unnecessary calories as well. And very important to read nutrition labels and food labels, because a lot of people are trying to lose weight these days, and candy definitely takes you off of those goals.
Yeah, and I guess another good tip is to just don't start.
Yeah, and if you have extra Halloween candy, you can actually donate it. I just recently found out that there are some organizations that will send excess Halloween candy to the troops in a care package. So
great.
Something I'll share with our viewers later.
That's great. Okay, so let's get to the guessing game right now.
Right.
So we have to pick, by the way, the highest calorie and lowest fat between Milky Way miniatures, Three Musketeers miniatures, or Snickers miniatures.
Wait, so first,
So here
calorie?
first.
The calorie, highest calorie.
I'm going to say
So I'll give you a guess. One of these, all of them have the highest amount of calories and the highest amount of fat. So,
so they're all the same.
Well, which one would you say has the highest amount of calories and the highest amount of fat?
I'm going to say the Snickers.
I'm going to go Snickers
You've got
as
a lot
well.
going on in there.
Okay, and that's absolutely right. So Snickers is the answer.
All right, let's
it has the highest.
Yay! What do we win?
It has the highest amount of calories, at about 45 calories per miniature, and it has more than 3 grams of saturated fat. So something to keep in mind this Halloween is your chocolate Halloween candies typically have more saturated fat. So if you're trying to watch your fat intake, the chocolate is going to get you the saturated fat versus your sugary Halloween treats.
Okay, so now we have the higher calorie between a fun-sized Twix or a fun-sized Reese's peanut butter cup.
I'm going to go fun-sized Twix.
Yeah, because you have the cookie, the caramel, and the chocolate. There
that
you
sounds
only
so
have the peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought too, but the higher calorie is actually in your Reese's peanut butter cup. That has 110 calories per serving. It has a ton of sugar, and its fat actually comes from the nuts that are in that. That gives it the calories. So rule of thumb, if you have a Halloween chocolate that has more creams or more nut butters, that's typically going to be your higher calorie choice.
Okay.
And if you're liking things like York peppermint patties, that's actually the lowest fat and lowest calorie choice when it comes to chocolate for Halloween.
But those aren't fun. Okay, so next, which is higher in sugar? A roll of Smarties or 8 pieces of candy corn?
I'm going to say the candy corn. It seems like it's just compacted
candy corn
sugar.
have a lot of sugar. I am going to go candy corn as well.
Okay, you're absolutely right. So candy corn is loaded with sugar. It's basically like eating sugar. So sugar plus added high fructose corn syrup, which adds to the tons of sugar amount that's in this. So 1 piece of candy corn has 2 grams of sugar. If you're watching your sugar, you got to be careful. And Smarties actually has anywhere from 4 to 6 grams of sugar, depending on the size. And in fact, Smarties has the lowest amount of sugar in comparison to any of our other Halloween treats. So that's actually a better option if you're trying to watch your sugar intake.
All right.
Those are some good tips.
Sweet segment here.
Yeah. Hopefully you give out some of this stuff and they don't egg your place.
So actually, this is my gifts that I give out for Halloween. I have here just non-candy items. We have stickers and tattoos and things that I give out to kids, because if you remember, kids less than 2 years old, they're not supposed to get any treats. And then I like some of these other options for the older children.
Do that,
so
or bubbles.
So we know whose house is getting TP'd. Dr. Deena, thank you so much for joining us. And by the way, for more health tips, you can follow Dr. Deena on Instagram right there at Dr._Deena.